There are just a few objections that you routinely run up against. One is, I've got to think about it. And what we try to do in that situation is before, when you have the first line of resistance, let me explain to you what's going to happen. Put the hands up, stop. Once you've made the decision on whichever way you're going to go, we take an application and a check for the first month's premium. That's on Slyvester Team Media that you can go back and look over. That's one of the objections you run up against. Another one is, I have enough life insurance, I have more than enough, I have plenty of life insurance, I have insurance on my job. On Slyvester Team Media, the 4 reasons to buy life insurance, that's a module just like this one that is a must to learn, because that will help make so many sales for you, because you will overcome that idea. When they see that, if you've done a good job, the wife is always on your side. She's always wanting the added insurance. So that's one of the areas that you can learn to overcome an objection. Check with another agent. Understanding how 4 tables works. I've got 2 appointments this evening. He's 6'2" and 270. She's 5'10", and she's 240 or something. Both of those, if you look at a height and weight chart for regular life insurance, are at least table B, probably table C, and if they're 10 pounds heavier, they're table D. So you learning how to explain how 4 tables works is going to take out the other agent, because the other agent is always going to stick them with a needle, and if they don't know that, it's your responsibility to explain to them that they are. These are all on Slyvester Team Media, so that you can go right there and see 4 tables, how that works, okay? The other thing that we do is we do the worksheets before we go, and the reason we do that is there's several aspects of this that are huge. One is, I want to do the worksheet before I go, so I have everything worked out. I've got some sense in my mind of exactly where I'm going to go, because I know their height and weight. I know why they need to go simplified issue. If they're extremely young and extremely healthy and it's a real high mortgage, I want to know how I'm going to overcome that. So doing the work before prepares me, so when I get in the house, I know what I'm going to be doing. The reason we do 15, 20, and 30 years is this is to make it easier for the client to make a decision. It's like playing tic-tac-toe. Some people cannot make a yes-no decision, but they will default to the one in the middle. So they really don't know whether to buy the 30-year or the 15-year, but they will buy the 20 just because it's in the middle. So that's another thing that we do. We also show them 2 mortgage amounts. If I'm dealing with somebody with a $380,000 mortgage, I'm going to show them $250,000 with no exam and $380,000 with an exam. The reason I show, I'm not trying to sell the plan with the exam with the blood work, but what that does, that allows me to educate them on how that program works. So if someone has already been in there and shown them one where they're sticking with a needle, and they're 6'3" and 270 or 290, then they can see right now, I don't want to go there. It makes it, and what I found when I started doing that on these higher mortgages, most of you watching this do not have to deal with that, because you're not working in a marketplace where you have $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 mortgages. So this is not an issue for you. But those of you that are, the happy hunting ground for people on the $300,000 mortgage and above is Prudential, MetLife, Northwestern Mutual. They are in there, and you need to know what those guys sell. They sell price. So if you're in there, you've got to understand, if the Northwestern Mutual agent hasn't been there yet, he or she is coming. So if you've sold a case for $250,000 with no exam and didn't educate them on how and the risk they're taking on the $380,000 or $400,000 exam policy, at that point in time, when the other guy comes in, he's the hero. He cut their cost in half because he's selling price. He's quoting preferred plus rates. You're at standard plus 20. You don't have a prayer of competing on a price. You have to compete on benefits. So when you're in that situation, that's why we do that. 70% of the time, when I have to show a fully underwritten with blood work and show them the $250,000 with no exam, I found 70% of the time that people will say, no, 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 I don't want the company to take the risk. I don't want me to take the risk through the blood work. I want the company to take the risk, and they will select the one with no exam. The worksheets help you do that. The other thing that you'll see is we always have the money back on a separate sheet, And the reason we do that is, I show them this. If they think the 30-year term is high, and then I pull this over and show them a product that's even more expensive, some people see the value and say, oh, I can't afford the $180 a month with no money back, but $250 with money back is a bargain, because they see the value to it. Voila, you just made a nice sale. Conversely, sometimes they think the 180 was so high, they now look at 250, and now 180 doesn't look so bad, does it? So you want to use this, and what you want to have happen is, we want the people to make a decision not to buy something. That doesn't make any sense. Well, what I want them to do is, I want them to decide not to buy one of these pages. If they want the money back, then I slide it this way. If they don't want the money back, I slide it this way. What they've just done is establish the fact, Connie, that they can make a decision. Now it's a matter, we've made one decision, and that was a major decision, not to buy the plan with money back. Now we just have to make a minor decision. Do we cover the whole mortgage or half the mortgage, and do we do it on 30 years or 20 years? See, these decisions after the first decision is made become much easier, and the flow starts going your direction. That's the reason for using 2 pages.